Good morning students, how are you? I am Francis sir and today we will be studying Standard 7 Moral Science. Today's topic that we are seeing is feeling of oneness, and the value that we are getting from this chapter is national integration. Now as this topic suggests, feeling of oneness. So here this topic wants to say that in our country there are so many various types of people. Though they are different from us, though maybe their religion may be different, maybe their gender might be different, maybe their caste may be different, yes, maybe their languages may be different, maybe the type of culture they follow, maybe the type of clothes they wear, that might be different. But it is always been, the history says that we have always stood as one. You know that India is a country of diversity. India has always been a country of diversity. There are different religions present there. Yes, we have different castes. Even in each region we have different castes. We have different culture that has been followed at different parts of the country. Even we have different race. There are some people who are white, there are some people who are black. Yes, and you know the languages, India is such fortunate that there are more than 2,000 languages present in India. So even though we as together we are standing as one, and we always have stood as one. If we see our freedom struggle from north to south, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, or from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat, or from, we can say at that time we had Pakistan also included in India, or let it be the Muslim, let it be the Hindus, let it be the Jain people, let it be the Parsi people, let it be the tribal people, Sidho Kano, let it be the Parsi, like Dada Bhai Naroji, let it be like the Muslim leaders like Abdul Ghaffar Khan, there were some Punjabi freedom fighters like Bhagat Singh, we had Chandrasekhar Azad, we have Gandhi ji of Gujarati, Subhash Chandra Bose, Bengali, yes, we had Sri Aurobindo Ghosh was from South India. There were so many leaders from all rounds of the country, and all of them fought together for the freedom of India. So that is how we feel, that is how we stand together and put together ourselves. Whenever we, think that we are one, then only we stand strong. It is said, united we stand and divided we fall. And whenever the foreign people, they have ruled over India, it was always that we were divided. So, and whenever we stood together, they had to face a serious challenge against themselves, and most of the time it were the people of India who stood up together. They were the winners at the end. Feeling of oneness does not come by itself or come in one day. It is a long process. There is a very good saying regarding that. We feel one when we think of a nation. There is a very good definition for nation, that area or the group of people, who have undergone a common struggle, undergone a common history, undergone a common progress, or common means everything. When they have gone together in common, then what you say, that country can be considered to be as one. For example, we can say that the whole of India that we are together, it has had a common history in the before Christ, during the period of Ashoka, during the Mauryan Empire, that whole area came under one ruler, and at that time we were sharing the common history, common rules, everything was in common, and we were moving towards progress in a common way. There were so many invaders who came to India, and the whole of India had suffered a common loss. Yes, and when it were the Mughals, it were the all of India who again came under the Mughals, and slowly the Islamic rulers also became the part or inherent part or inseparable part of India. So it is the magic of India. You know, anybody who comes, he does not want to go away because of the love and the oneness that we show. Okay, so it was only the Britishers who were a bit of different. They also tried to be among the people of India, but they were a bit of business oriented. They never considered the people of India as them. They were too much. They were too much of racism belief. They used to believe in race, and that's why they never considered the Indian people one of them. And that is why when the Britishers were not considering the Indian people as one among themselves, so they stood up together, and they also rejected the person, or rejected the administration, or rejected the group of people who were considering themselves as different, and they ultimately had to flee from India. Okay, so there have been many rulers, or many religious leaders, just like Kabir. Kabir was one of the great religious leader, though he was neither from the Hinduism Bhakti movement part, or neither from the Islamic Sufi movement part. He was a different person, and he considered everybody as one. And therefore his teachings are still followed by both the Hindus as well as the Muslims. He is regarded a great person by the Hindus as well as the Muslim people. So that is what we can see about the integrity of India. Okay, the speciality of India. Though the people are different, we always have something to catch up on. Yes, because we consider that person is not different, that person is an Indian, and that person is mine, that person is related to me. Similarly, Guru Nanak Dev, he was also one of the greatest religious reformer, and he is also considered to be a very knowledgeable and influential person by Hindus as well as Muslims. Okay, so this is that though that person is different, but we have respect towards this person because we have a feeling of oneness, and that feeling of oneness, has to be kept on in our hearts also, so that we can live a peaceful life in our future also. Because whenever we see that we are different, we start to divide things. Yes, for example, there is a cake. Yes, you and your brother or maybe sister, yes, are willing to eat that cake. If you feel that is my brother, you will give the whole cake then to your brother or your sister, or that your elder or younger brother may give it to you. Yes, and you can share it also. But if it were another person, you are not going to share that thing. You want to get that whole thing on yourself. So that is a simple mentality. So, and when this happens, these differences are created. And when differences are created, problems are generated. And because of which, when problems generate, these problems always hamper the development and progress of oneself and of the society and of the nation as well. So Here, as there is a very good example of incident said by our former president, and also means he is passed away. He is also called the Missile Man of India. Okay, so that person, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he referred to an incident of his childhood. When he was a child, he was from Tamil Nadu. He had two friends, one a staunch Brahmin and one a staunch Christian, and he himself was Muslim. And they grew very fast friends. Okay, they became very fast friends, and they always wanted to sit on together. But the class teacher, he never wanted the Brahman and that Islam following child to sit together, and this APJ Abdul Kalam had to get separated from his friend in the class every day. And when their guardian, their guardian were also so much tolerant. The Hindu friends' parents and this APJ Abdul Kalam's parents both were also quite open-minded, and they respected each other's feeling, and they gave a report to the principal that the class teacher is teaching them differentiation between the religion, and that teacher is not teaching them humanitarian values, he is teaching them differences. So that teacher was summoned, and what was done? They were allowed to sit together, and later on all of them became successful people. And the Hindu Brahmin child, he built a very big temple in that area, and the Christian child, he also built a very nice church in those areas. And this boy, Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he became an educationist and scientist, and they all were friends till the end of days. Okay, so this you can understand that friendship or our relation has nothing to do with religion. Religion is our own belief. Religion is a way of our living, or caste may be a different thing. But when it comes to personal attachment as friendship, as brothers and sisters, or formal interaction, that has to be no of such differentiation. So this is the value of this chapter, that though we are different, we are one, and that has to be our feeling. Therefore only we will be able to progress. So with this I end the video. If you have any doubt, let me know. I would like you all to complete the question answers. Okay, so with this I end the video. Have a good day.